In this post for zero2illo, I'm going to be doing a review of Hire An Illustrator. Some of you may already be familiar with the site and even have an account on here like myself. If not, then Hire An Illustrator is basically a portfolio system whereby illustrators can pay on a weekly or annual basis to have a portfolio of their work featured on the site. The site's run by Darren and Jane Diletto, who you may also know from the Little Chimp Society website, which is an illustration news website. And they've set up a really great system here for illustrators, and a really effective one too. The site is frequently searched by art directors, publishers, anybody wanting to hire an illustrator, and they can search for work under specific categories, so it's a really easy system for them to actually find somebody who would be suitable for their work, the projects that they have. So they would arrive on this homepage, and as you can see, we've got 3 featured portfolios up here, which the guys at Hire An Illustrator, they choose 3 portfolios each week from the raft of illustrators that have an account on the site to feature. We have a list of all the new sign-ups here. They get a little profile on the homepage too, and we have all the illustration news on the right hand side. And illustration news is basically anybody that has an account on the site can submit a news item, which is pretty much just like a blog post. So if you have news about maybe a project you've just finished working on, or a work in progress, or anything that would be relevant and interest to an art director or publisher or any type of client, then you submit your news items and they show up on this right hand side here. Out of these news items, certain ones are selected to be featured news items at the top here, so you get really good prominence as an illustrator. And I would say one of the most important things to do if you do have an account with Hire An Illustrator is to consistently and regularly submit news posts, because as you can see, you're getting really good prominence up here if you get onto the features news section. So you can see there this is all the front end. They've got a site blog as well, with all news about the site and various bits and bobs. There's an art buy section here, so anybody wanting to hire an illustrator can fill out a form with the type of work that they're looking for and under which category and that sort of thing. So it's a really easy tool for them to actually find somebody to use for their projects. And then the guys at Hire An Illustrator will then take that information and source relevant people. We've got a list of agents here, which is a really nice feature as well, because it just lists a whole list here of a number of agents. So if you were looking for an agent, here would be a really great place to start. It's got all the portfolio links and website details there. They have a white label system as well, whereby you can, if you don't have your own website, you can actually use the Hire An Illustrator system, portfolio system, to actually have a site of your own that isn't actually branded Hire An Illustrator. So for all intents and purposes, it's an easy way to have your very own website without having to worry about all the hosting costs and all that sort of thing. It's all WordPress based as well, so if you're familiar with WordPress, you should be able to get on with it really easily. If not, then there's clear instructions on how to do everything, and also the guys here at Hire An Illustrator are very responsive as well. So if you have any problems, they're always really quick to help. So if you did want to sign up, it's actually under submissions. That's the only bit that I wasn't sure about at first, is like how to sign up. It wasn't quite clear, but it was under submissions. So if you just click on submissions, it gives you a bit more information about the sort of things that you get, all the feature benefits and that sort of thing. And then if you wanted to sign up, just click on subscribe there, and you can see here it gives us the prices. So in the UK, £3.99 per week, and annual membership £185 per year. And if you think that's probably the cost of perhaps a couple of cups of coffee, if that, at Starbucks each week for being able to have your work featured on this site that is widely searched, is probably the best investment that you'll make. So if you actually sign up for an account, you get your artist login. So just scroll down to the bottom and click on artist login. I'm just going to take you on a quick tour of the back end of the site, so that you get an idea of what you actually get when you do sign up for an account. You have all your profile information first, which you need to fill in, which is all your personal details, social, so you can click here under social and add all your social media links, categories and location. Now this is one of the most important bits that you'll need to fill in correctly, because it's how people are going to find you, it's how art directors and publishers, etc. are actually going to find you. So you need to list your work accurately so that it reflects the type of work you do. So these primary categories, I've got, for instance, publishing and advertising. Secondary categories is more the subject matter, so I've got animals, wildlife and natural history. But if I just click on there, you can see there's so many different options to choose from. Comics and storyboard, which is a new one that they've just added, character design, animation, humour, hand lettering, so there's lots of choices for your work to fit under. But make sure you choose those, and make sure you add those to your account. You can add in details up here of your agent if you wanted to, and testimonials here as well. You can give a testimonial for the Hire An Illustrator site, or you can also list testimonials that you've received from clients as well, which are then placed on your profile as well. The gallery, how to add your images, is all up here on the gallery. So I'm just going to click on Manage Gallery. I'll just take you on a quick tour of that section. So click on Manage Gallery. And as I said before, if you're familiar with WordPress, this will look very familiar. It looks like the media library in WordPress. If not, then it's all very clear. Anything you want to change, whether you want to view, edit the thumbnail, which is just the little thumbnail that shows up on your profile, or delete images or anything like that, just click on this checkbox here, and you can see the various options: create new thumbnails, resize, delete. Okay. I can sort my gallery as well by clicking on Sort Gallery here. So if I wanted to change the order in which certain things appear, I would just basically just drag and drop those, and that automatically does that for you. One of the most important features, like I was saying before, is the Submit News, and you do this from this back end as well. So if I just click on here, Submit News, what you'll see is, here we go, shows you how to fill everything in. Put your business name in there, the name of the project, and your text, and then you can upload images as well. And it's just a case of browsing for the image you want to add. It tells you here you have to optimize the images and make sure they're 600 pixels in width and no more. You can add a number of images there, and you can add video links if maybe you've done animation and that sort of thing. And then usually you can perhaps add a link to your website if you've talked more detail about the project on there. So make sure you use this feature if you do sign up for an account, because this is one of the ways of getting yourself on the home page and in front of art directors and clients' eyes on the site. So if I just click out of here, I'm just going to go back to the home page, and I'm just going to show you my account so that you can see an idea of what the portfolio is like. So if I just go on this Jump to Portfolio, I'm just going to scroll down to my name. A bit slow, there we go. There. So your account page will look like this. So it'll have all the information that you added in the back end, all the gallery images, so your images are all viewable by clicking on the thumbnails, and then any news that I've submitted, any news items, I'll click on news, and comes up with a history of the news items that I've added to the site. So that's about it, really. I can wholeheartedly recommend the site. This isn't an affiliate scheme or anything like this. I don't get anything for recommending the site here. I'm just recommending it because it has worked for me. There's no guarantees, obviously, that it would work for everybody, but it really gives you a good way of getting yourself out there and in front of a number of people looking to hire an illustrator. As I said before, I'd say probably 75% of my work has come through people searching for my type of work on Hire An Illustrator. So always make sure, like with any marketing, if somebody contacts you with regards to hiring you, make sure you ask them where they found your work, because then you know if your marketing's working for you, and then if for instance, if Hire an Illustrator wasn't working for you and you weren't getting any clients from there, then you know perhaps it wasn't for you and you could end your account. But always ask people where they've found you, because then you know what's working. And I know from the feedback that I've had that Hire an Illustrator is consistently working for me. So hope you found this useful, and hope you have success as well if you choose to give it a go.